All right, let's just make sure this audio is working, and it is. So today is 12:32 p.m., September 14th, 2023. So this is where we are at this moment in time. So let's get directly into it. An advisory panel of the Food and Drug Administration stated today that virtually all over-the-counter decongestants simply don't work. The FDA panel found that phenylephrine, the active ingredient in Sudafed, Benadryl, Robitussin, and other popular decongestants, is nearly useless at reducing nasal congestion. The advisory panel's ruling might soon lead to those oral products being pulled off of store shelves nationwide. This was stated by Jennifer Schwartzolt. Quote, this drug and this oral dose should have been removed from the market a long time ago. The patient community requires and deserves medications that treat their symptoms safely and effectively, and I don't believe that this medication does. Phenylephrine first came to prominence in 2006 after another decongestant, pseudoephedrine, was taken off of drugstore shelves because it was an ingredient that was a legal stimulant in methamphetamines. After the passage of the Combat of Methamphetamine Epidemic Act of 2005, pseudoephedrine was available only behind the counter, so drug makers replaced it with phenylephrine-based products. Several recent studies into phenylephrine found that the drug didn't reduce nasal congestion much more than a placebo, even at high doses as high as 40 milligrams. This was stated by Dr. Peter Stark, who was an FDA official. Quote, in conclusion, we do believe that the original studies were more unsound and do not match today's standard. By contrast, we believe that new data are credible and do not provide evidence that the oral phenylephrine is effective at nasal decongesting. The Consumer Health Product Association, an industry representative group, had urged to keep the drugs available on store shelves. Quote, citing the totality of the scientific evidence with pre-existing studies to support efficiency. They criticized the more recent clinical studies as having important limitations that were conducted using a study population that is not appropriate to evaluate the efficacy of phenylephrine for over-the-counter use. The group also shared a survey that found that 1 in 2 households in the United States used an oral decongestant over the past year. It also found that people prefer oral decongestant tablets over nasal sprays 3 to 1. The market for decongestants is huge. A consumer study of 100,000 United States households showed that about half purchased medications with phenylephrine over the course of the year, and most of those did so several times a year. Though the findings of the FDA advisory panel are not binding, the FDA usually sides with the panel, which may lead to a oral phenylephrine product being removed from store shelves in the near future. So for those of you who might have any of these products directly up there, yeah, they're more than likely going to get pulled off of store shelves because they just don't work, or better yet, never have worked, right? So again, some people might have, their own different, personal experiences. Some people might say like, yeah, it's worked for me. It's worked for my family, different things of that nature. Other people be like, yo, this stuff just, it ain't never worked. So, they might have decided to go a different route when it dealt with certain things, right? So that was the trash medicine. So now we're going to focus on some real issues. Not saying that trash quote unquote placebos or medications isn't a real issue, but we're going to switch gears just a bit to something that a lot of people might not have known about. We're going to go right back 9 months ago, right? NH House Democrat leader calls on Nassau State Representative to resign, right? Let me just make sure to expand this real quick. After weeks of waiting for official comment, Democrat New Hampshire House leader has formally requested that this Democrat to resign from the seat due to multiple criminal allegations against her. State Representative Stacey Lowton, a prior felon and one of the first transgender persons to be elected to the state legislature in the United States, is being held in jail on multiple charges. Accused of stalking a woman in Hudson in August and November, she was arrested on two sets of charges and was able to hide one of the arrests from voters. The second allegation against her occurred on Election Day. The representative informed the Secretary of State's office that she would not be seated for the organization day and probably would not be able to defend her duties for several months. After being sworn in today, a state rep called the accusations against Lofton deeply troubling, noting DV and stalking is reprehensible behavior. He then called on her to resign and for a special election to be held. Quote, while representation of Lofton's attorney has stated that she will be unable to undertake legislative activities for a couple of months, I call on her to issue a formal resignation and allow the citizens of the county to elect a new representative in a special election. Lowton was not seated today, choosing not to attend in prison garb, which she would have been allowed to do. There were rumors that she will be issuing another statement through her attorney today, which was not confirmed at the Post. So remember, that one was listed 9 months ago, right? You have DV, you have stalking of a woman, and maybe one other that took place, right? They later stated that Lofton's other prior criminal history includes making bomb threats to Southern New Hampshire's medical center in Nassau in February 2015, an incident she blamed on mental illness, as well as 7 counts of um, of penalty of false information after misusing the state's 911 texting system for 3 months in 2021. Last year, after being arrested on text charges, she complained about media coverage that made her look like a monster. Quote, I've come a long way. I have a good heart. I love serving my community. I love volunteering in my community to help others in need because I have been somebody in need in the past. I have been homeless and now I am the host. I have needed help with food and now I can help with food. So it's really sad to see people paint such a negative picture of me and not get the other side, right? So again, this was 9 months ago. This is the image of the person that you see from 9 months ago when that story was released. And now this is where we are at this moment in time, right? Let's just swap that over. Former New Hampshire state representative charged with exploitation of children. A former New Hampshire state representative is facing federal charges of exploitation. Stacy Lofton, age 39, of Nassau, was charged with 1 count of exploitation of a minor and aiding and abetting. Federal officials stated that Lofton was the former partner of Lindsay Grove, a former worker at the daycare in Massachusetts, who has been charged with exploitation of minors and distribution of child images. According to the United States Attorney's Office, Groves worked at the Creative Minds Early Learning Center in Massachusetts, where she allegedly used the children's bathroom break to take nude photos of them in private bathrooms and text them to Lofton. Federal investigators said that the images allegedly included children who appeared to be 3 through 5 years of age. Groves remains in state custody. Lofton was arrested in June in Nassau and charged by the state of New Hampshire with 4 counts of distribution of minor images. She will appear in federal court on new charges at a later date. Back in 2012, Lofton was the first elected to the New Hampshire House of the as a Democrat, but resigned soon therefore after due to 3 felony convictions in the county. So again, this is matter of fact, let me see if I can play the clip. Maybe you guys might be able to potentially. Here, I'm trying to see if I can put this in a way. Let me see here. I'm going to try to minimize some of the stuff here. Okay, there we go. Let me see if I can do a quick screen share of this information because I want y'all to see hear the audio here.
Representative is now facing federal charges in connection to a child sex abuse image investigation out of Massachusetts. The U.S. Attorney's Office says Stacey Lawton is charged with 1 count of sexual exploitation of children and aiding and abetting. She is the former partner of Lindsay Groves, who appeared in federal court last week. Investigators say Groves' cell phone had more than 10,000 text messages between her and Lawton discussing the transfer of sexually explicit images of children.
So y'all heard that, right? 10,000 images. 10,000. 10,000 images. Huh. And this is a quote unquote state rep, correct? State rep. They had 10,000 images of minors. So no telling whose children were taken advantage of, who were put into compromising positions, who had images of them more than likely placed online. How long that this has even been going on? Because I want y'all to understand that this is the face that you see here is a state representative. This is somebody of government, and this is not my first time covering government officials, people of government, who happen to do these types of things. Not the first time, right? And this is why I sat up there and told y'all before that there's a very large party directly out here, and there's a lot of them that are into this. Now, in order for a lot of them not to get caught, of course, they got to throw some of their own under the bus to make it seem as though that this is just a every once in a blue moon type of thing. But realistically, a lot of these government officials are into these types of things, including also things of trafficking minors as well. Like I said, people don't want to talk about that. People don't want to highlight that. People want to stay on the same, nonsensical, type of stuff. People don't really want to focus on real types of issues and different things that are actually going on. That's directly in front of them, right? And these are elected officials that people elect, the people put directly in office, right? And this is what they specifically do with that blind faith and that power that the public hands directly over to them. And a lot of them don't get prosecuted. A lot of them don't get time, right? And even if they do, what is that going to do for the victims? What is that going to do for those children? Like I said, they said a lot of them were 3 through 5 years of age, right? And this was a woman that was also helping Lofton out and in putting these images out there and sharing these images. So again, just in case anybody wants to think that, oh yeah, men are the greatest evil, if men would just know, because you have a lot of women that are directly within this as well. You have a lot of women that sit up there and go directly in these trades. They share their kids. They sell off their kids. They do a variety of things with their kids. So I don't want people out here to be foolish enough to sit up there and just think that men are just the boogeymen directly out here and that men are just the main ones to really look for, because you're going to fail every single time, because I'm going to promise you. You got too many women out here that I've covered story-wise, shown you pictures of, that have given away their kids to drug dealers, that have sold their kids. You got women in South America right now that are literally online allowing their daughters to talk to quote unquote some of the main majority of men, the face of America, and allowing them to come down to South America to have relations with their daughters while the mother is there. It's either in-house or at a hotel, but the mother is there pimping out their own daughters But nobody wants to sit up there and talk about the women that put their daughters up to sell for the highest bidder. Nobody wants to talk about that because the whole world has been deceived into thinking that it's solely men who are the greatest evil of the evil out here, while allowing a lot of these women to sit up there and slide by. And who are the main ones that run a lot of these daycares? It's women. So how would somebody such as this government representative be able to get access to any of these children? Huh, look at that. Look at that. It was by way of a woman who was running the business. And that woman was also, if correct me if I'm wrong, but that woman was also with him. I'm sorry, with her. With her, right? But like I said, nobody wants to highlight any of these problems, any of these issues out of fear. Nobody likes to happen to talk about these issues because magically things happen. It's amazing. It's quite amazing. Black Lightning said, didn't didn't the daughter's mother actually plot on Ark? Yo, like I said before, this is why I brought it up before, and I keep bringing it up because far too often I didn't heard a lot of people sit up there and say like, yeah, all of these men need to be locked up and yada yada yada, and and to sit up there and be honest because I didn't know any better. I'm like, yeah, I agreed directly on the sidelines with everybody. I'm like, yeah, a lot of these dudes do need to be locked up, but I didn't understand because I was ignorant of the information. Because the only thing that was directly shown to me was men this, men that, men this, and men that. Men are doing every single thing out here, and women do nothing. Women are completely innocent, and it's a lie. Like I said, there's a lot of deception going on out here. A lot of deception, and I was fooled for the longest time, and I have no qualms with sitting up there stating that I was blind because I was ill-informed. I was not given the correct information because I was made to believe a certain type of thing is true when realistically it's two parties directly in this. One is just being used as a scapegoat. Yes, they committed the act. Yes, they committed the crime, but there was another hand in the act when it deals with all this criminality that is directly going on. But nobody wants to talk about it again. Nobody wants to talk about it. And that's why I bring up the whole situation with R. Kelly every once in a while. This is why you just so happen to see it mentioned, just like Black Lightning just brought it up in the comment section. Because nobody wants to talk about the fact that you got a lot of women out here that really ain't women, that really ain't mothers. And they the first ones to sit up there and sell somebody up the river just for a little bit of a monetary gain. Like I said, nobody wants to talk about that though. Like people always say, my body, my choice. It's my kids at the end of the day. Can't nobody tell me what I can and can't do with my kids. See, and that's the most dangerous thing. Can nobody tell me what I can or cannot do with my kids? Ain't that something? And that covers the whole spectrum. The whole spectrum. But nobody ever questions that. Nobody. Right? So now I got a few videos that I want to sit up there and go over with you guys that should be pretty interesting here. I want to just set you up for the first one. It's going to have to do with the fact that you got women out here that are not, trustworthy. They will do a variety of things that are not great, right? I'm going to let this woman just so happen to explain it, right?
Because I was like, I felt so bad about it. I called like child services on this one. I called child services on my ex because he pissed me off, and then I was like, yeah, I'm done with this person, whatever, like, cheater, fucking piece of shit, lies about dumb shit. He had kids. I called child services on his ass, and I like fabricated everything and like said certain things, and they like went to the door, and like there was a whole process. Like I don't even know if the children's aid worker still visits them, but she probably does, because what I said, like the way I AI'd that shit, like real AI shit, like fake bruises type shit.
Be careful, fellas. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
So you faked bruises, you faked shit, and then you just made like exaggeration story, and then
On their on his kids.
yeah.
Like, so then they came and they were like, oh, like, we're seeing stuff that your kids are being abused. You know, you could lose your kids. And I was just like, that sucks.
That sucks.
Yeah, should have been nicer to me, bitch.
So you heard that. Now, the reason I want to showcase this is because I'm trying to showcase the vindictive nature of women directly out here. How it is that a woman can freely make up a lie and not be held accountable for anything. And note, she said that she did this to a man that is a father, which means that he is actually present in his children's life. He is actually there. He's actually taken care of. So because of whatever basically took place, she was like, I got you. I'm going to sit up there and take away the most important thing from you, which is your kids. You don't deem me as important. You don't care for me, anything like that. I'm going to take away the most important thing from you. And you see how she was sitting up there laughing. She was like, yeah, I would fake bruises. I would sit up there and say this. There's a lot of women out here that do this every single day. They sit up there and lie. They forge all of these stories. They start doing this whole crying game and different things of that nature. It's amazing. It's a 1,000% amazing. Case in point, like this picture right here. It's a little bit blurry, Bigfoot footage right here. But this is a woman. She has a hammer. It's an older video. I'm not going to play it because some people should have more than likely seen it. But I'll explain it for you. The woman that you see here in the pink, Caucasian woman, was literally, her friend was filming on a cell phone. The woman was literally using a hammer to cause bruises and injure herself to try to set up either her boyfriend or her husband. These are the lengths that you would have women go out and do in order to get after a guy for whatever reason. And this is why I keep telling women specifically out here, this is why I don't happen to believe a lot of the stories that I hear, because there are too many other incidences of women sitting up there saying that some egregious actions have taken place by a man, and then we find out that there's videotape that shows that the man never did that to you. It was all consensual. Then we'll sit up there and hear news stories with, proof that just came out. Well, hey, this didn't happen. We'll hear things getting recanted. And she'll come out and say, hey, yeah, I lied about it. Right? Too many times, far too often, I've covered stories where women will go to these lengths just to get back at a guy for however it is that they feel. And no, they're going off of feelings, not logic. They're going off of feelings because I feel a certain type of way. I want to hurt you so that you can feel close to what it is that I'm feeling, so I can make you suffer the way that I feel that I'm suffering. So they'll do any and every single thing in order to make you suffer, in order to make you go through pain, in order to strip everything away from you, in order to make sure that you're never a father ever again, to make sure that your name is tarnished forever. And guess what? The whole world will sit up there and believe a woman who's lying. Even after it's proven that she's lied, the world will still sit up there and believe that woman. And as a man, there's nothing that you can do about it. There's not a legal system. There's not a judge. There's not a soul out here that can sit up there and save you. And the other thing that I want to bring up is to let a lot of other women out here know that, just in case you might think that these things are funny, it's not. Because very easily the same things that I cover, that I talk about, that happen to men on an everyday basis, your son is soon enough going to be a man. He'll be 18. And women will sit up there and start looking at him as a target. They'll start dogging him out and talking about him the exact same way they've been training and talking about all these other men directly out here. Soon enough, your son might even just be 17 or 16. And there's somebody's little daughter directly out there that is plotting coming up with a plan, plotting directly on your son. And there's not going to be a thing that you can sit up there and do about it. Ain't going to be no boo-hooing, and ain't going to be no type of tears or anything to sit up there and save your son from that court system. Ain't going to be nothing that you can sit up there and do. And best believe you're not going to have groupings of women to try to roll up and to help you save your son. You're not going to have groupings of women to try to come against other women in order to demonize the girl that you know is lying in order to save the life of your son. It ain't going to happen. They will sit there and let your son burn because of how it is that they feel about a situation. Not the logic, not the actual information that is there that is proving that your son is innocent. They'll let him burn. So hopefully a lot of women will leave that as a reminder. You know, the moment in time that they look through online and they happen to look at women stating that this, that, and the third happened, you might want to slightly take that as a 50-50 or with a grain of salt. Because again, just like too many women out here believed Amber Heard, right? Against Johnny Depp. And they had so much proof and evidence to basically prove that Amber Heard was a straight liar. And yet still to this day, I can go online and still see women of all different nationalities, races, and religions still talking about how it is that the court system did Amber Heard dirty and how this is a travesty and how this shows that society hates women. Amazing. Amazing. And this woman still has a career in Hollywood. And I also want to let a lot of people understand something. There's no amount of training that any man can sit up there and give their son to watch out for any type of nonsense such as this. Because a lot of women out here, a lot of little girls out here are very great actors, born actors, born actors. Anytime a little girl does not get her way, what she start doing? She start crying. She start hollering. She start screaming. And then what does everybody do? They break down and bend a knee directly to the child. What's wrong? Are you okay? Let me go get you what it is that you need. Yada. And they feed off of that. They learn that. It's like, oh, well, if I start acting like this more often, I start getting the things that I want. People are going to listen to me. Nobody's going to sit up there and tell me no. And this is why we have the society that we have right now, where you got a lot of these women who are liars being believed because nobody ever checked them from the get-go when they were little girls. So now they're grown women. They're in a whole body of grown women still acting like a child to try to sit up there and get their way, to try to mold everybody into following what it is that they feel versus actually using critical thinking and logic. It's crazy. But like I said before, a lot of women, they'll start to understand because it'll be your husbands. A woman will lie on your fiance, your boyfriend, your son, your uncle, your grandfather. Trust and believe there's a woman out there somewhere that is ready at the press of a button to sit up there and lie on any one of your male family members. At the drop of a hat, give them the sign. What did DMX say? Lord, give me a sign. That's how it works. Show those women the money, and they'll start lying on every single man out here. Every man is the villain. Every man that sat up there and did something wrong specifically to them. Every man that sat up there and touched them the wrong way. Every man that sat up there and harassed them. You know what women are going to sit up there and do? They're going to believe her. Because they're going to try to put themselves in the exact same shoes as that woman. They're going to go to past events, but like, well, you know, when such and such happened to me, nobody believed me. So at this moment in time, I'm going to sit up there and believe her no matter what anybody says because nobody believed me. But the difference is you as a woman know your situation is more than likely factual. You don't know what it is that woman is doing. Like I said, I showcased video to y'all before where a woman was trying to frame and set up her husband. She was literally in the elevator being filmed. She didn't know that the elevator had a camera. Being filmed, stopping the elevator and hitting herself in the face, bruising up her face, giving herself a black eye, giving herself bruises, hitting herself with an orange over different areas of her body, tearing her clothes, and then she proceeded to allow the elevator to keep going so she can get off at the first floor. And then she started her little walk as if she was just really in a physical altercation with that man and proceeded to go directly to the police station. Women will go to a lot of lengths in order to hurt a man. But other women don't actually understand this because that's not really what they got to deal with when they're dealing with guys. Guys aren't about to sit up there, oh, let me cut myself up. let me do this, that, and the third so I can sit up there and press charges on her. Ain't nobody gonna believe it, dude. Even if it was factual, ain't nobody gonna believe it, dude. I'm like, yo, man, you weak. You really went to the police about this? You didn't handle this? You didn't defend yourself? But then the same people telling that dude, like, yo, you weak for not defending yourself. Then as a man, you defend yourself, man, you weak. You really defended yourself against a woman? She a woman at the end of the day. Even if she got like a tank with a nuclear warhead, like, yo, that don't mean that you sit up there and haul off and defend yourself against a woman who is actively attacking you with a tank and a nuclear warhead. What's wrong with you? That's a woman at the end of the day. That's what people will literally say. And that's the craziness of the world, of society at this moment in time. But anyways, we're gonna keep this train directly moving. We're gonna move into some other shenanigans. Like I said, this is another reason why you have a lot of guys here that don't really believe in marriage, and this woman is going to prove to you why that is.
Came out as gay to my husband, soon to be ex, and he had the sweetest and most amazing reaction, and this is what he said. What did you say?
I said that I was so proud of you, and that was the bravest thing I've seen anyone do.
And now we are going our own separate ways, and we're about to put this house on the market, and that's all she wrote. Be like my ex-husband. Be that good of a person.
What she was actually telling to guys, let me go back to what she said, right? She was like, be like my ex-husband. Be a fool. That's what she's saying. Be stupid and be a fool. Because when they put that house up on market, remember, he was married to her, which means the house goes up on market, it gets sold, she gets half of that money. This woman, this is a grown-ass woman. She knew full well that she was a lesbian. She knew full well. And she was more than likely in that relationship trying to live that type of fantasy that she didn't want to let other people down. She wanted to give them that image. So then after she was done with all of that, it was like, okay, I'm going to come clean. Yeah, I'm a lesbian. This whole marriage was a sham. I realistically never even actually like loved you. I had Sarah, directly on the side. My best friend, Sarah? Yeah, that's my partner. Right? Like I said, she knew exactly who she was before she got married to this guy. But this man was used. But nobody wants to talk about that, though. Nobody wants to talk about the fact that things like this happen continuously, where you'll have women that are married to guys, and then out of the blue, they'll be like, okay, I'm a lesbian now. Huh? It's like, wait a minute. Whoa. Wait a minute. Where did that come from? Like I said, a lot of women out here, they are very great actors. Very great actors. Very great actors. Like I said, it makes no sense for you to try to hide and use a man to give you a type of cover because you yourself, you're not specifically ready to come directly out and show the world who you. That's craziness. I hope that dude takes her to court to get the other half of that money. She don't deserve nothing of the house. At any point in time a woman does this to a dude, she deserves nothing. I better not hear nothing of no alimony. I better not hear nothing about no child support. I better not hear nothing of now it's a 50-50. And this is the crazy part. And somebody had brought this up, and this is bars. It's crazy to me how you got a lot of women out here that say that, yo, you ain't a man if you want to go 50-50 with a woman. If you want a woman to pay 50-50 on everything, whether it's the grocery, the house, the bills, you want to go 50-50 on the kids and all that, right? They want to call men trash. But yet at the end of the day, when it comes to a divorce, magically a woman is all about 50-50. Ain't that somebody make it make sense? How is it possible that during a divorce, women are about 50-50, But when it has to do with the relationship or the marriage, women don't see 50-50. They'll be like, oh no, that's 100% you. You handle that. You deal with that because you're the man. But now, when it comes to a divorce, when it comes to selling off property, now it's 50-50. Ooh, let me tell you. The game that gets played out here and the people that be winning. You are seeing the people that win every single time. You're looking at it. She said, be like my ex-husband, aka be stupid. This is again why it is that a lot of guys out here do not believe in marriage. Because you have a lot of women showing the reasons why technically guys should not actually get married. Because it's not beneficial to the guy. Everything is leaning directly towards the woman. Now, of course, some women will sit up there and say, but oh, what about the guys out here going for alimony or going for child support? That's a rare few. You can't even really give a high number on that. Versus when women get divorced and the amounts of money, like I said, Jeff Bezos, when that divorce happened, it immediately made his ex-wife a billionaire. I ain't never seen nothing like that in my life. And I'm pretty sure when that took place, that sent shockwaves through a lot of things. And a lot of rich dudes are like, you know what? I'm not going to be like Jeff Bezos. Nope. I'll just have a girlfriend and we can have kids. You ain't about to be sitting up there. I'm not about to sit up there and make you a multimillionaire. Nope. Nope. Like I said, that's crazy. That is crazy. FBA Fire Goddess said, yo, what is up? Good morning. Good afternoon. I'm sorry. Good afternoon. Yo, what's up, Pink? What is going on? FBA Fire said, I hear you talking about these horrible women, but can you talk about us women who are not with the BS? See, this is the thing, though. The two women that I showcased and talked about, I don't even know what the other woman was. Let me go back to the other woman.
I was like, yeah, I'm done with this person, whatever, like, cheater.
Just to let you know, she ain't black. Just to let you know, she ain't black. She has makeup. She has makeup. She has straight makeup. And this one here, that's a Cindy right there. That's a Cindy right there. Now, I get what you're saying. You're saying that, yo, you should, try to even out the playing field and talk about the positive women, that are actually about relationships, that are actually about, getting married and, and having that aspect. And I have talked about that. I've showcased that. In one of my previous live streams, I showcased a black woman. I think I'm trying to figure out if I follow her content or if it just randomly showed up. But there was a woman up there on X, formerly known as Twitter, and she showcased that her the guy that she's been seeing, it was two black people. He proposed to her, and I showcased that, right? And there's other instances where I've showcased, well, at least black women, up for, marriage, working together with their partner, formulating businesses, being right there as a united front, standing side by side with their guy, and different things of that nature. I've showcased those things, right? And, inevitably what takes place is that a lot of people don't care, right? A lot of people don't happen to care about the positive that is directly out there. When I go out on social media, I look at what it is that, women are doing. You don't really see women highlighting positive relationships. You see women highlighting toxic relationships. You see women highlighting men who don't want to actually commit to them, but they find them all, attractive. Those are the ones that really get their ovaries moving. So it's, for me, realistically, it's nothing I can sit up there and do. I even had, again, replying back to Miss FBA Fire, I had one of my moderators who I know in real life, Officer Haiku. He started up a channel called Black Family Time, and it showcased black families. It showcased black men and black women in love, and with their kids, and them getting married, and them being old. And lo and behold, you didn't see people rolling up to try to engage in that content. So you know what he did with that content? He stopped making it. He stopped going after it because there was no reason to keep doing something if obviously people are not interested, if obviously people are not seeking it out. The only time that people realistically want to see some positive or a balance is when, people happen to feel that it's a certain type of attack, right? And like I said, it's a tough deal out here. It's a very tough deal. Like I said, I've done it throughout my platform for over like 4 years. I've done my best to try to showcase these things, but like I always tell people, those videos would always end up with low views, which even still to this day, they still end up with low views. You know, um, I've tried to do the exact same things with content dealing with black men, right? If I happen to show some images that were negative about black men, I'm going to make sure to put more images up there of black men doing things within the community. Black men statistically, getting married to black women. Black men statistically being in more relationships with black women. Black men statistically being more with and around and in their children's lives more than any other race of men in the United States. And that was taken by way of the CDC when I spoke of those statistics, broke them down, and also showcased them during a video and also a live stream as well, right? But again, people don't care about the positive. So I go by what it is that I meet people where they are. It's it's a, like I said, it's a tough job. you know and also again, some of the other women that are who are moderators here that are a part of both of my channels, they are either in relationships and or are married or engaged, and I've showcased and highlighted and talked about those things as well, and even brought them directly into certain conversations, right? Because I felt that, hey, let me show you what it is to have women that are actually about their life of being committed to a God, to actually being in a relationship, to actually loving and supporting and caring, different things of that nature. you know so let's go to the next one. Now this one has to do with the fact of how everything is going up and up in society. And I know specifically what this guy is talking about due to the fact that I've ordered from Taco Bell myself. Some of you may have seen this, or maybe some of you, like myself, have experienced this when either going to Taco Bell or maybe potentially ordering from Uber Eats. Let's get into it.
We just went to Taco Bell and got food for 4 of us, and it was $53. This morning, we went to an upscale breakfast restaurant and got breakfast for all 4 of us, including an appetizer, and that was $66. So Taco Bell is almost the same exact price to feed a family of 4 as it is to go to an upscale breakfast restaurant. Make it make sense. I don't understand. I mean, I understand inflation's crazy, but this has to be greed. Taco Bell, I mean, we got 3 cheesy gordita crunches and they were $14. So they're like $4 or $5 a piece now for a taco at Taco Bell. A beefy 5-layer burrito was $3.89. I don't understand how this can't be inflation. Taco Bell used to be like $1. You could get $1. A beefy 5-layer burrito was like $2. I don't know, man. Make it make sense. This is insane to me. The price. This has to be price cut.
So again, you heard the family man. You can see the kids directly in the background. He bought some food for his family at Taco Bell. Came up to $53. Now, technically for me, I'm used to that because if you happen to use Uber Eats for one person, usually depending on what you order, it'll pretty much come up to that price. Now, I will sit up there and say, if you order from a food truck, like let's say instead of doing Taco Bell, you go authentic and you order from like an actual Mexican restaurant or a food truck, it's not going to, I mean, depending, I'm thinking in the sense of like one person, it shouldn't come up to like $53 usually. In order for me to get $53, let me see if I order from like the Mexican spot, I would have to get the burger, the double burger and fries, think with cheese, and then a large drink, and then I would get a burrito, a large burrito with like something else. But even then, technically, it wouldn't add up to like $54. The $54 will come into the fact of the taxes that Uber would throw directly up there. $53 dealing with Taco Bell. I've seen that take place when I've ordered off of Uber Eats. I've seen that, and he is correct when he was stating that the cheesy gorditas are about $4 to $5. Yes, they are. At first, I thought it was just me. I thought it was just an online type of thing, but nope. When you go directly to the spot, that's pretty much how much it costs. Now, if you compare that to Taco Bell back in like the early 2000s, it's a drastic difference. Drastic difference. His total would have probably been somewhere, because he went there physically. It would have been somewhere close to about 25, if not $30, if we were dealing with the prices from like the early 2000s. And cheesy gorditas were there back then, because I want to say that's when they first actually got introduced. It was like 90, somewhere in between like 98 to like maybe like 2001, 2002, somewhere in between like that area. Those were like introduced, and they were way cheaper. A lot of stuff was way cheaper. But this is what inflation and everything else looks like. Some people will sit up there and say, well, this is what happens when you start paying these people $15 to $20 an hour to work these jobs. I mean, at the end of the day, inflation is going to catch up anyway. Is going to sit up there and happen. I'm not going to directly blame the increase on there, because when I got an increase on my pay when I worked at Whole Foods, that didn't deliberately directly go into impacting the price of the stuff there. So like I said, I look at it a little bit differently. But everything at this moment in time has inflation. This is why, just like as Pink said, she was like, hey, this is why I cook at home. Bars. Cooking at home is the best thing to actually do, because you can happen to watch a YouTube video and you can make your own stuff. But this is the thing. A lot of people don't really want to put in that work when it deals with cooking. A lot of people don't want to cook. A lot of people right now don't even know how to cook. Like I said, a lot of people can't even raise a cactus. You got people still burning Pop-Tarts. So, you can't really expect, the society of now, who are pretty much used to like microwave and instant everything, to want to sit down, buy some groceries and cook. Nah, people would rather spend $40 at a restaurant while waiting in a drive-through for about an hour for the wrong order, just to go back into the store or through the drive-through for another 30 minutes to get their order corrected. Yeah, like I said, the whole world is pretty much upside down, and it's looking pretty crazy. Yo, what is up, Lotus? What is up? What is up? What is up? Gail said, including this video, moral of the story is, don't get married, don't have kids. Hey, well, I'm not, well, for the previous, well, you said including this video. Well, he's not having a problem with his marriage or anything like that. He's just complaining about the expenses. Just complaining about the expenses because it's ridiculous. Because it's ridiculous. But, for me, I highly believe in people cooking. I believe in cooking. Like, if you're in a single relationship, like you got your girlfriend and your boyfriend, y'all don't got no kids, y'all want to order out? Yeah, you good. Go ahead and order out. You can spend as much money as possible. Realistically, you shouldn't be complaining then either. You really shouldn't. Pink said, I recently learned how to make bread. Oh yeah. I always wanted like a bread maker. Always wanted a bread maker. Bread makers are pretty dope. Like making stuff at home is pretty fly. It's pretty fly. Pretty fly. Leonard said, that's crazy. Yeah, it is. It is. Rah, what is up? What is up? What is up? Said, I can cook, love cooking. Yeah, cooking is dope. Cooking is dope. I'm not, the funniest thing is, I wouldn't mind actually like baking stuff, because I always used to watch my mom, like baked stuff like cupcakes, red velvet cake and Oreo cake and vanilla cake and stuff like that. It's like I wouldn't mind sitting up there doing it, but I'm not really a cake person. That's the I got all the patience in the world to actually like really bake some stuff, but I'm not really a cake person. So it's like for me, I was like, I don't really see the purpose. Trying to sit up there and do that. But baking bread is different. Baking bread is different. Now, for me, I would say something that I would work on and love to start cooking by scratch with some flour and egg and stuff like that. I would do pasta. Get like a pasta maker and different things of that nature, so I can like flatten out the dough and stuff like that. I'll do that because I am a pasta type of person. Pasta is life. Pasta is some dope food. Black says some don't even know how to look out for uh, when reading the nutrition. Oh yeah. That's bars. Pink said I even made my own spaghetti sauce. That is dope. That is dope. Star said, oh, Star was talking. Okay. Rara said I used to watch PBS a lot growing up. Oh yeah. You used to have Julia Childs on there. Yeah. It's funny. Like back then, I used to view that as like it was boring. But then once I started like drawing, and I would just like sit there because she would be on for about like 2 or 3 hours. Like if you watch before Martha Stewart, you would have like Julia Childs. Like that woman, she could cook. Like she was making like 9-course meals. So, she was cooking to feed a village, and that was a tall lady. That was a tall lady right there. That woman, she knew how to cook. She was not playing no type of games at all. I'm like, yo, she was dope. She was dope. Clark said it's nothing like going to somebody's house and there's a sweet smell of something baking. Oh yeah, that's bars. That's bars. Yep. That is. But you also got to be careful on not slamming or making any noise because depending on the type of cake that somebody is making, any loud noises can make a cake collapse, and then all of that work is pretty much gone. Now you got to restart over. So I dealt with that before when I was like, I was there with my mom, and she was like, "Yo, don't run down the stairs, don't slam the doors, like don't talk so loud." So it's like I learned some stuff. Um, Black said no cap though. I miss soul food. Oh yeah, soul food is good. Soul food is good. Soul food is very great. What was the spot over there in it was it on Grand River? I forgot what it was. We used to have well, I think we still got a few in Detroit, but the main thing that we used to have, it was like every Sunday, like after church, or if it was a Sunday in Detroit, your family was going to like Steve's Soul Food. Like if people, like a lot of people who are not from Detroit don't know what Steve's Soul Food is. Even a lot of people in Michigan don't know what Steve's Soul Food is. Like Steve's Soul Food used to be that spot in Detroit that families used to go to after church or for like a Sunday dinner. Like they had everything up there. They would have like the ribs, they would have like the yams, they would have the potato salad, they would have the macaroni, they would have like the mashed potatoes, they would have the Salisbury steak. They would have pretty much anything that you were looking for, they would have it directly there. You would see like, back when it was like really, really out there, you would see a lot of the church folks in droves. You would see church vans like coming there and everybody just piling out to go to Steve's like soul food. And it was some good food. Good food. I was a spaghetti and muffin type of guy. That was my go-to. That was my go-to. Like every single time I was like, oh, we going to Steve's Soul Food. I was like, yeah, I want the spaghetti with, like the muffins. Or they would also have like the catfish. Catfish is very great as well. Very great. But yeah, I'm sitting up here reminiscing through childhood at this moment in time. So now we're gonna go to the next one. I'm gonna now this one back to what let me see if I can go get her name real quick. Back to what FBA Fire was saying about trying to like balance some stuff out. This one, there's going to be a balance. It's going to start off negative, and then I'm going to give you, in a sense, the balance. So this one is dealing with Sukihana. Some people might know who Sukihana is. Some people might not. And it's going to deal with the specific things that she has stated. Now, again, this was a past video. And you can clearly see where she is at this moment in time and how she has decided to embrace a lot of different things. And again, this is not my first or probably my last time even covering a video dealing with Sukihana, but I'm going to let her basically speak and tell you.
As far as this music stuff, I won't be doing this music stuff anymore. I started this because this was my dream. And, I wanted to make sure I could get me and my kids out the hood. It's always been my passion to rap. A while ago, I had signed a contract and I didn't know nothing about the business or this game out here. And just right now, I'm realizing that I signed my soul. I sold my soul to the devil. I signed myself to the devil. I don't even own myself no more. I sold my soul to the motherfucking devil, and I done prayed. I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. And it's just like, I don't know if God can get me out of this, and it's just like to the point where I don't even know, like I can't. I just want to say I'm sorry to my fans. I know y'all love me. I know y'all believe in me, but I can't. I didn't know what I was doing back.
So you heard what she said. In that past video, she was like, hey, it's under contract. I sold my soul. I gave this, that, and the other. I didn't really know it comes with it. No, you do. You do. You just really, you thought you was prepared, but you really wasn't prepared. But like I said before, people will, they'll have like this one break, and then they'll just dive right back into it because they'll understand that, once you're doing this, that, it is what it is. You're in there to be in there. It's a rare few chances that you're going to be escaping and making it out. And if you make it out, you might not even ever be the same. There's a lot of celebrities right now who sat up there and left and they was like, yo, I'm never coming back. And you don't hear nothing from them at all. What happened to Ellen's girlfriend or fiance? What was it, Anne Heche? Remember what she was about to do? The book or the documentary that she was about to sit up there and do? Look what they did to her. She was about to try to get out. She was like, yo, before I get out, I'm going to go out on a high note. I'm going to sit up there and tell everybody what it is. And it was like, oh, really? That's what you're about to do? They gave that call to Ellen, like, yo, we got a problem. We're going to have to, deal with her. Ellen was like, you know what? I'll wash my hands of her. You got it. And you saw what happened. You saw what happened? It's crazy. You saw what happened. But like I said, that's the life that a lot of people sign up for. It's crazy. That is the life that people sign up for. So now you got to embrace, every single thing, because you can't run from it now. So this is why you hear, Sukihana on a lot of these podcasts where she's like, I am who I am, this, that, and the third, all this other type of stuff. Like I said, you got to embrace it now. You didn't made this type of a culture. You didn't made your stamp directly out here. This is all anybody is ever going to know you for. That is it. No ifs, ands, buts about it. Like I said, it don't matter if she becomes like a rocket scientist or if she got the cure for cancer. Everybody's going to go back and look at, if you type in Sukihana's name, you go on images, you're going to exactly see who it is that Sukihana is. You're going to exactly go see exactly who Sukihana is. So, again, sitting up here saying that, yo, all this boohooing and this crying, this, like I said, that's why I don't believe a lot of this stuff. Like I said, if you actually real, if you're a woman and you in this and you actually real about trying to like leave and all this other, then you would just do it. You would do it, and then you would have your story about, yo, I made it out of there alive, and now I'm trying to, go in there and grab some of the other female rappers and I'm trying to get them out of there too. But at the end of the day, like I said, what did J. Cole said? Don't save them. They don't want to be saved. That's bars. Sukihana don't want to be saved. So this is why they look for men that are directly of a certain cloth, as a lot of people like to sit up there and say. Because you got a lot of dudes out here that like to sit up there and say, like, oh, we ain't cut from the same cloth. Yeah, a lot of the dudes who be sitting up there like dating the Sexy Red and the Sukihana, we all ain't cut from the same cloth. Y'all got that. Y'all can have that 100%. Stay there. Be there forever. Once you make that deal, stay with that deal. Don't be skipping off to like any other woman or nothing. Stay directly there because you know what you signed up for. You know directly what you signed up for. It's directly crazy. Crazy 1,000% up in here. So then we're going to go to the balancing act here. We're going to go to the balance, right? So we had something negative directly up there. We're going to go to something positive that I feel that people should look at. And I feel like it would put a little bit of warmth in people's hearts. Let's hit that video.
We're live. My son's barbershop is opening today in the backyard. Called Don Cuts. There he goes right there. Here we go. We opening up. Hey! And the reaction from the crowd. Let's go inside. Let's see. Hey. Let's take a step in. We got the artwork on the walls. Let's take it over here to the working area.
So you was able to see that the mother invested directly into her son. He wanted to have a barbershop. He obviously is more than likely good at cutting hair. 9 times out of 10 or 10 times out of 10, if you happen to see a barber, they will and have cut their own hair. They're usually the main ones that do it. They don't go to another barber to get their hair cut. And I'm looking at the son, and he's looking pretty fresh. I need to line up. I need to actually run into him so I can get straightened up real quick. Like I said, that's dope. The mother got so much love and support for her son. And also I want people to know that the little, this is like one of the houses or whatnot that they sell. I think it should be at is it Lowe's or Home Depot? Either one of those, right? And I think they build them. They come there and they build it on site, or it's already, you can buy it already built or something like that. But however it basically works, she bought that, put that directly in the backyard. They made a little like walkway directly for them. They got the steps and everything and turned it into a barbershop. That's fly. That's going to be something that is going to be with him for the rest of his life. He is never, ever, ever going to forget this moment that he ended up getting support from his mom when it dealt with that. And then I think she turned, let me see if I can go back.
Called Don Cuts. There he goes right there. Here we go. We opening up.
I'm trying to see
from the crowd.
They got people back there. Yeah, I say it was about at least about a good 20 people that was up there. And people were like happy for the young. That like I said, that is the dopest thing. When you got parents that are out here willing to support their kids' dreams and their aspirations, greatness is going to show up. Greatness is going to come from within. That's what a lot of parents need to be doing. And this is also teaching him on how to become an entrepreneur, how to run a business and different things of that nature. Like I said, it's laying down the groundwork. He obviously already has great dedication. He already has a great foundation, and this is going to level that up even further. More than likely, before he even gets done with, I'm not even sure how old the young man is, but more than likely before he even finishes high school, he'll more than likely have his own business. And the other dopest part that I like about stuff like this is that when you start up like things like this for like your kids when they're teenagers, the government ain't trying to like scoop in and take money from kids because they know that that's going to sit up there and start looking crazy. They ain't about to do that now for adults. Oh yeah. Oh, you starting a business in your backyard? We need to we need to talk to you about our good friend, the IRS and taxes. That's what they're going to do. But when they're teenagers and they're doing stuff like this, that money is theirs. That's the dopest thing about starting businesses for kids. That money is theirs. That money is theirs. So you never know the business that you could, inevitably invest in when it deals with your kids, and then they just, become like multimillionaires. Like I said, it was a black kid I follow. He came up with his own clothing line, and it became so popular that his mom, who was a nurse, she ended up quitting being a nurse. She quit being a nurse because all of that was making, more money than that. He retired his mom at an early age, and he wasn't even really in high school yet. That's powerful. Like I said, that's what can happen if parents take out the time to actually invest in their kids' dreams instead of trying to force them to do something. Because you got far too many parents out here that's like, yeah, you going to college, you doing this, you doing that. But that's not what the will of the child is. It's not what the child want to do. That's what you want them to do because you didn't do it. You want them to go for, this specific thing or whatnot or whatever. But then that child does that, spends all of that, y'all waste all of that money on that, and then the child still don't use the education. Or the child just doesn't like it and quits the profession. Then what? Now who you going to be mad at? The child or you? You better be mad at you. Like I said, when your kids come to you with like their dreams and like aspirations, like actually take out the time and the opportunity to listen to them. Don't sit up there and just like turn them away or throw those away because your parents or your family or the world basically turned their back when you had your dreams and your hopes and your wishes and ain't nobody support you. Don't do that to your child. Just because you went through something don't mean your child needs to necessarily go through it. Give your child what you didn't have necessarily, which was support. That's what you do as a parent. You support them kids. You know how it is to sit up there, be lonely out here, and not have somebody sit up there and back you up. You didn't have friends. You didn't have family. You didn't have a mother and a father or grandparents. Whoever was sitting up there watching you, whoever was sitting up there raising you, don't even matter if it was a neighbor. Don't even matter if it was a social worker. You didn't have adults in your life that didn't support anything that you believed in. And because they didn't believe in you, you grew up to not believe in you. So then you went in to sit up there and do the exact same thing everybody else is doing. I'm going to do college. I'm going to sit there and do 4 to 8 years. I'm going to go through and select all of my majors. I'm going to sit up there and get all of this debt and do all of these other types of things. But realistically, that might not have been what you wanted to do. You got some girls out here that like ballet. They might want to go to like the Juilliard or whatever it is. They want to, ballet school, whatever it's called. Other people might want to be a painter. Right? Some people might want to be a professional dancer where they're sitting up there doing backup for like a Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson, whoever's going out on tour. Right? Some people might want to just be choreographers and they want to go around the world and teach like other cultures and other talent out here how to do certain types of like choreography for their videos to make them pop. Some people might want to sit up, be a chef. They might want to open up a food truck. Right? Because you do have some people out here that are very damn talented when it comes to cooking. But due to the fact of, again, a lot of other people never got that initial support, people are like, man, a food truck is stupid. Why would you want to open up a food truck? You know all the things you got to, they'll start adding in all of these quote unquote negatives. Like, man, you got to sit up and get life, man. You got to sit up and get that money, man. You got to sit up and get registered, man. You got to deal with the police, man. You got to deal with the trash, man. You got to deal with this, man. You got to deal with putting out a down payment, man. You got to deal with learning how to drive, man. They'll start listing you all the negatives and won't mention none of the positives to deter you from your dream and your aspirations and what it is that you want to do. So again, like I said, as a parent, as a guardian, you done already went through and walked through that lonely road, and you might still be walking through it. Your job is to sit up there and be the greatest hype man that your kids have ever sat up there and had. If it's sunny outside, you're supposed to sit up there and make it blinding. You're gonna need some night shades. You're gonna need triple tint for the amount of hype that you're gonna be sitting up there giving to your kids, for the amount of life and light that you're going to, directly put into them. Clark said big facts. Said I was supposed to go to school of arts and no one took me to my auditions, so I stopped practicing my art. That's terrible. Wait, are you talking about so what were you supposed to do? Painting? Was it like painting? Was it drawing? Was it sculpting? Like what type of art are you talking about? Let me know. You can write that in the comment section. I give you a little bit of time because I know it's quite delayed. I know it's quite delayed. Wait a minute. Let me see this. So, well, I'm not sure if the brother might be there. Word, stealing from passengers, huh? So what we gonna sit up there and what we gonna do here? We gonna switch gears for a brief second. Clark said my ex got that soul food school skill, and he can cook. Hey, like I said, start up a food truck. Start up a yo. Start telling people to start up a food. If you know somebody that can actually cook, have them start up a food truck. You know, if y'all still seeing eye to eye, whatever, start having a conversation. Like I said, a lot of people that can cook don't really they know, but they really don't know. So they need somebody to push them into that area of being able to do that, to shine that light, but like, oh, that's a good idea, maybe I should look into. If you don't get up off this desk, what are you doing? Out of every role you could be right now. Clark said painting, drawing, and sketching. Yeah, I'll tell you this. It ain't never too late to actually like start back up and to start doing a lot of these things. um I'm not sure how much like school is. I know it costs an arm and a leg, but I would tell you that you could probably start looking at some tutorials or whatnot, whatever, get on the side. You'll start getting like some money for sculpting and different things of that nature. And or I'm sorry, for the sketching and the drawing and the painting. Start buying some stuff here and there, and start watching some videos, and start painting. Like I said, Bob Ross, that was my guy. That was one of the main reasons. Like I wanted to sit up there and paint. Like that dude, he was just calm about every. Here's Mr. Tree. We're gonna give Mr. Tree some friends. We're gonna make some rocks, and then we're gonna give the rocks some friends. We're gonna draw some grass, and then next to the grass we're gonna draw a river, and we're gonna lead that river directly into a spring, and then that spring is going to flow directly into a lake. Like it was calm directly about every single thing, right? So you never know where that can just so happen to go. It was actually speaking of which, there was a young woman in Canada that I had showcased where she turned her art into digital art. It was like during like the pandemic. She ended up running away with about like six figures, right? So this is what she naturally like. She paints, and then she made those paintings into digital art, and she sold those paintings and it came away about six figures. So like I said, it ain't never too late to do something. You can always do things different ways you never thought were even possible. Like I said, sky's the limit. And especially being an artist now, everything is different. You don't got to worry about going to somebody's showcasing in whatever city that you're in. Let's say like in New York, like people are like fighting for their lives trying to get their art to get shown in front of all of these people who basically move the art world and tell people what's art and what's not art, and and different things of that nature. Now you don't got to deal with that. You can start up a Twitter, you can start up a TikTok, you can start up a YouTube, and you can even have it to the extent of a Tumblr, and have your art and stuff directly up there. Black said, I used to love drawing and painting in school. That was the only subject in school I ever passed. Yo, I told y'all before, drawing, that was one of my favorite ones as well too. It was just fun. It was relaxing. Like I said before, nobody was really, talking any type of mess or anything like that. And the funniest thing is, it would start to show you who people really are. That's the one thing that I like about certain subjects. Like some of the people that I would normally see like running their mouth, like they're ultra confident, like, yeah, I can get like any girl, I can do this, I can do that. You'll start to really see who a person is when it is that they have to put themselves out there. And that's what art is. That's an extension of you, right? That's a part of your soul that you're putting onto a canvas that, you're sculpting, or that you're drawing, right? You're bringing that from the inside out. Right. And because that's a piece of you, you are afraid of people being, ultra judgmental. And a lot of the most confident and cockiest people, they can't actually deal with that because that's literally a part of your soul. That's a part of your being. And people ain't really ever been judged that deep. Right. Or at least most people ain't really been able to see a piece of them that is actually that deep. So, you start to notice a lot of things about people when it comes into art, and stuff like that. A lot of people get real touchy. Black said, my elder brother always gets in trouble by our mother because he couldn't keep an eye. Wait. He has a baby because I used to climb on the kitchen tables to the refrigerator just to color on the walls. That just meant that you were supposed to be a graffiti artist. You can go chase the ball. You done knocked all this stuff over off the desk. But yeah, that just meant you were supposed to be a graffiti artist, and graffiti is dope. Graffiti is a very, very, very dope thing. You just gonna stay here? Oh. All right. You have to let him chase that in the kitchen. But yeah, graffiti is dope. Like I can't tell you how many hours and years I watched videos online of people being graffiti artists and like tagging walls in the types of graffiti that they would sit up there and do. And a lot of that is artwork. A lot of people don't consider graffiti as artwork. I ain't talking about just like simple light tags. I'm talking about like stuff that you can tell took like some type of like thought, coordination, and different things of that nature. And then on top of that, you got a lot of people that are good at tagging. They do full murals to beautify neighborhoods that might have blight and different things of that nature. And I've watched that take place. Or sometimes they might do artwork for the for brand new basketball parks and and different things of that nature. So it's a pretty dope skill. Tania said, yo, what is up? Said, my inspiration was my brother starting his own trucking company after almost 8 years in prison. Anything is possible with dedication and commitment. That's bars. That's 1,000% facts. Shout out to that man for going out there and starting up that business. Shout out to that man. Like I said, when a multitude of doors, are closed, are shut, are locked, you got to find another way in there. You got to figure out, sometimes you might have to draw your own door and just open that one, and there you go. That's a door can't nobody shut on you. One that you make for yourself. Can't nobody close that on you. Right? You're the only one that can close that. Right? Black said, and they love to always say art isn't a school subject. It is. It is. In certain extents, I've seen art keep people directly out of harm's way. It's kept people directly out of the streets because when they start drawing, they're in a whole nother world. They're not worried about the he said, she said. They ain't worried about trying to be tough and all that other type. They're worried about something that they actually like love, something that's coming from like within, something that they can sit up there and, you know, show off. Right? They don't got to prove nothing to nobody. This is just what it is that they want to sit up there and do. Tina said, and yes, it wasn't easy. I believe it. I believe it. But, you know, it's the same thing with a lot of other things in life. Like some of the most precious jewels, you got to work hard in order to get them out of rock. Right? If anybody could trip over like a piece of jade or like a ruby or a sapphire, it would be worthless. It'll be just like every other rock that's directly out here. Right? But there was some on Willie D's page I wanted to sit up there and show off that needs to get highlighted. This is specifically for those who like to travel, also including myself, because you got individuals out there who are a little bit too handsy, who don't know how to mind their business, you know, when it comes to keeping their hands off of people's stuff. So let me get the screen share directly for you guys here.
Tonight, TSA agents at Miami International Airport caught on camera allegedly stealing hundreds of dollars from passengers. Video provided by the Miami-Dade State Attorney's Office appears to reveal Jose Gonzalez and Liberius Williams going through a black bag at a security checkpoint when Williams walks away. Gonzalez then appears to take something out of the bin and put it in his pocket. In another video, prosecutors say he's also seen removing something from a Louis Vuitton bag, setting it aside, and then grabbing it out of the bin before the luggage is screened. Gonzalez and Williams were arrested in July, along with a third agent, who later had charges against her dropped. According to the arrest affidavit, Gonzalez admitted to distracting passengers in order to steal cash from bags as they were being screened. In one case, he allegedly took $600 from one wallet. Now both men are charged with grand theft in the third degree. A lawyer for Gonzalez telling NBC News he qualified for a state program and will have his charges dropped if completed.
Mr. Williams, you're accused of stealing from TSA. Any comment? No.
Prosecutors say Williams did not qualify for that program, and his case heads to trial. His attorney didn't comment to NBC News. In a statement, TSA confirming that both men have been removed from screening duties as the investigation continues, adding in part, the agency, quote, has no tolerance for misconduct in the workplace. For Top Story.
So everybody heard that. You sat up there and had these two. It was actually three people. The first one to actually get off was a woman. They were like, yeah, we're just going to sit up there and we're going to let you go. We're going to keep the guys here. And I promise you, more than likely, they didn't say that woman lost her job. They said that both of the guys were pretty much removed. One dude qualified for some type of program, which is crazy, and he's probably going to have some type of job, and he ain't going to be heading towards no type of trial or anything like that. But the other dude, hey, buddy, those be the breaks. Those be the breaks, you know. It's looking kind of dark for you there, buddy. It's going to be game over for you. It's, you know, strictly game over for you, like I said. But this is why people got to be, you know, very careful. Very, very careful when it deals with their luggage and their items. Let me see if I can.
Found in hotel.
So this is, we want to also go to another one, right? This is basically showcasing the fact that you got cameras that can be found, of course, in Airbnbs. This is for anybody that likes to travel, Airbnbs, hotels, and different things of that nature. Everything that is everything is not what it seems to be, and this video is going to just so showcase that thing there. So let me click this directly over.
Tell.
Did you know that some of your favorite hotels have been sued for human trafficking? These are some of the few hotel chains that have been sued. This device will alert you if there is a camera near you. It also has a red light to see camera lens reflections.
Hidden camera found in hotel.
So again, for a lot of people directly out there, this is you got to be very diligent. You got to be very careful of the places that you just so happen to sleep. And I think I did a video or live stream, and I covered some of the hotel chains that were caught up in those lawsuits that dealt with trafficking and such, along with hotels having cameras specifically found, having cameras found directly above, bathrooms and televisions and plants, wherever. Like I say, you got to be careful. Clark said, I saw an article once where a dude stole like 4 million over several years. That man is a fool. And like I said, this is what happens. Greed and stuff will catch up to a lot of people. They feel that they're invincible once they get that taste of like, oh, I can sit up there and steal this thing. Nobody catch me. Let me go see what else I can sit up there and do. Stupid. Like I said, greed will always win in the end, and it will sit up there and get you caught. And this is how a lot of these clowns get caught. And it's crazy how like nothing really happens to them. Like you sitting up here stealing people's like possessions. You might be stealing somebody's like wedding ring or different things of that nature. Like I said, it's crazy. 1000% crazy. I'm a little bit confused on what you're talking about. Why do you black guys keep fooling around with these devils? Don't know what you're talking about. You're not being real specific. You're not being specific at all. You're just stating something generally. I can easily do that exact same thing, but also bring in statistics. But again, Tania said before this, I bet they had no record and was hired. A record doesn't mean you're dishonest unless the record includes robbery. Right. Gail said, yikes. Black said, I agree some Airbnbs be scamming. My mother got scammed out of $200 for an Airbnb when she went to Coney Island in New York a few weeks ago. Man, sorry to hear that. Tania said, wow, that's why I don't trust Airbnbs or hotels anymore. People are sick. Yep. It's sad that families can't even enjoy vacations anymore. Yeah, because you're getting spied on. You literally have people out here who are spying directly on you, and they're putting cameras. Now, some people will be like, oh, well, we're going to put the cameras there.
Hidden camera found.
Whoops. I got to swap screens due to the fact that you got different things that might Yo, how is he walking out like this? Word? Yo, did he pay for this?
Where you going with this stuff? Move that fucking camera. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Go ahead, come on. Just leave, dude.
Yo, that's crazy. And yo, and the funny part is, let me showcase this, because the most interesting thing about this is anytime you look online, people want to sit up there and always showcase black people, right? And the main thing I told people before is like, yo, you got people that have been stealing since the beginning of time. But when it deals with this country, you got a main group that likes to sit up there and do it the most. The king of the kings, the ones that rule this great country, that founded this country. Their peepaws and their meemaws and their dad uncles, sat up there and founded this great nation, right? So let's look at this clip and see how this man did not serve no time.
I got him.
Look at this dude.
Hey, where you going? Where you going, the hot rod?
This dude is like walking out of here.
Where you going, hot rod?
Didn't pay for nothing, son.
Where you going with this stuff? Move that fucking camera. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Go ahead, come on. Just leave, dude.
Put me on fucking Facebook again. I'll fucking smack you.
Go ahead, come on. You go to jail. You like jail, don't you?
No, I don't like jail.
Okay, then just leave, dude.
Then get your fucking camera off my face.
Now, notice how that dude. Now, where were the police at? That's what I want to know. Where were the police at? Where were the police at? This dude was stone cold stealing, right? If those were his actual items, you would have seen some bags. Never in my life have I sat up there and like walked out of a Walmart or something and I just got my products looking like that. Like I just went directly to the aisle, stacked them up nice and neat, and then just walked. That looks real suspicious. But where were the police at? The dude was like, I'm gonna record it, but yeah, guy, you like Joe? You like Joe? Just go, guy. It's not that serious, just go. I'm like, yo, why ain't you calling the police? Why ain't you trying to bum rush people like y'all normally do? Anytime you see videos and it's dealing with like you got some black people out here doing something, magically everybody's a superhero. Everybody's a linebacker. Everybody got, defense out here like they're a part of the NFL or something. And they can just block and defend anything. When it's somebody like this, notice how it's only one person. Notice how there's no bystanders trying to get active at this moment in time. They're not trying to show up to the scene. It's funny how that works. And again, where the cops at? Where are the cops? Why is he not arrested? You just letting this dude walk off? Come on. Come on, man. Was the girl said, look at his shoes, he might be a blood. Even so, you didn't have too many people out here, oh so brave, walking up on gang members. Walking up on gang groups of people. They know that as a gamer. You can see the tattoos on the dude's face and everything. And they just boldly just walk up on him. Not knowing if he got anything on him or not. And the dude is like, man, you know what? It ain't even worth it. I'm about to go on about my way, right? And that's a win for the people, right? But then when it ends up being somebody like this, ain't nobody brave. Nobody brave. It's crazy. It's crazy out here in these streets. It's 1,000% crazy. That dude kind of remind me of Machete. I'm just gonna be honest. Just gonna be honest. Let me just swap that back over just in case anything shows up on IG. Wait, what?
Black women to try to distance themselves from the aspects of their identities that are subjugated, where white women work to punch down on Black women to try to distance themselves from their gender oppression, and Black men punch down on Black women to try to distance themselves from their racial oppression. And it feels like each of these groups truly believe that if they punch down hard enough on Black women.
All right. I guess we're gonna be going right back down this video thing. Again, dealing with the brick lady. Like I said, I'm still waiting for I'm waiting for the press junkets and everything like that to take place. Because again, it's looking real quiet and silent directly out here dealing with this whole situation. But let's see what a woman, I can't really say if the person is black or not. We're going to see what this woman has to say about how it is that she observes the whole situation dealing with Brickgate, dealing with the brick lady.
The fact that nobody is quite. There's this really insidious alliance between white women and Black men punching down on Black women to try to distance themselves from the aspects of their identities that are subjugated, where white women work to punch down on Black women to try to distance themselves from their gender oppression, and Black men punch down on Black women to try to distance themselves from their racial oppression. And it feels like each of these groups truly believe that if they punch down hard enough on Black women, that they can put themselves into the position of the oppressor, into the position of a cishet white man. But baby, that's just not how it works. In fact, it does the opposite, because the more time you spend perpetuating the language and ideology of the oppressor, you're teaching the oppressor that when they get done persecuting folks who are more oppressed than you, that when they decide they're going to come around to you, white women and Black men, that you'll be with it, because you understand why someone would look at someone's identity and dehumanize them immediately. The fact that nobody is
she decided to say like a mouthful there, and and a whole instance of quote unquote. Now this is, here we go again. So now we're in a sense delving into the aspect of trying to say that both Black men and white women are on a team when it comes to going against Black women. And I'm like, where? So you got this one white woman that was like, yo, nobody's finding it odd, nobody's questioning, everybody's just believing. She's going at the aspect of looking at the GoFundMe. The same thing, every black man out here that said the same thing was like, yo, everybody just gave her money and XYZ just off of the fact that let me explain it to people. If this woman did not tell you that it was a black man, right? If her whole narrative was not a black man, she would not have gotten like 40K. 40K would not even have been in the register at this moment in time. Fields of women would not have been on social media trying to write think pieces and trying to attack any man questioning this story or the validity of the story or the proof or the lack thereof or any of that other type of stuff. None of this would have been taking place. None of it. But now, because you got one white woman that sit up there and say something, now it's supernaturally black men and white women teaming up to go against black women because black women are the utmost oppressed. Now, the most funniest thing about this woman sitting up there speaking is obviously she doesn't look at social media, because if she actually took the time, she would realize that there were other black women who actually have very large platforms that have spoken up and stated how a lot of this does not make sense, how they're questioning everything and they're shining a light on certain things that just ain't sitting right. But yet you don't see her sitting up here trying to add those black women in with the black men and the white women when it deals with talking about this story. Like I said, there's a narrative directly out here that is being spun. The narrative here is that, hey, interracial dating and black men are always on the side of white women, always believing them. And, they're especially going to believe them when it comes to a white woman trying to point some things out and different things of that. Whoo! Like I said, it's a very tiring type of thing, but it makes money. It makes money. She has, very clear skin. She has great presentation. Everything looks nice, right? You don't really hear any emotions or anything like that. So everything is just completely sounding like 100% logic, which is going to lead people to believe that, yeah, she's 100% on it. She is on point. Even looking through the comments, you see people sitting up and saying it, but that don't mean that it's right. Like I said before, this is what happens when people just say a whole bunch of stuff. This is what happens. But also note, this same woman would not be doing this type of video dealing with the reverse. She's not going to deal with any of the black women that are out here calling, that are in these interracial streets, calling black men bullet bags, calling black women's sons bullet bags. She's not going to do a think piece on that. Doesn't care about that. Doesn't matter. Why? Because it has nothing to do with black women. Right? Because why? Black men can defend themselves. The only ones that need to be defended are black women. And when black women are not being defended, now it needs to be talked about. Now it's a thing that needs to be directly out there. It's crazy. It's 1,000% crazy. It's 100% crazy. But like I said before, she's not going to sit up there and put the other black women who have made videos questioning on TikTok, on IG, on YouTube, on Twitter. She's not going to go through all of those comments. She's not going to do a back and forth. She's not going to showcase any of that. She's not going to reference any of those women because it's going to break the narrative that she is trying to spin. And again, she more than likely is not going to dive too deep to try to figure out if the story is 100% true. Because again, a lot of people still waiting for other information. This woman got the 40K, 45K, and then magically disappeared. You ain't hear nothing else really from her. But you can see a lot of her past videos. But I promise you, she don't want to reference those videos either, because it's going to start looking a lot shaky. It's going to look a lot shaky. But like I said, it's a narrative directly out here. Clark said, bullet bags. Oh, you ain't know? You ain't know, my good sir? You ain't know. Oh, my apologies. My apologies, friend. You didn't know. Let me see if I can get that example up here for you. Let me just try to find that. Let me just highlight this. Let me just highlight this. This is something that somebody had has stated, and this is going to hold true, right? So this man stated, "This is what they're going to say next, y'all. I don't even care that it's fake. It's about the reaction men had," and that's facts. That's facts. It's going to go to that point because you're going to have a lot of people out. Let's just say like the whole situation is 1,000% fake and it was 100% proven beyond a shadow of a doubt. All of the women that have sided with that woman, all of the women that created think pieces, blogs, they didn't have podcasts, none of them are going to come out and say that they apologize. None of them are going to come out and state that they are wrong. They're not going to do it. It's not within them. It's not feasible. It's not possible. So if whatever happens, let's say if everything is beyond a shadow of a doubt, it's proven that the woman lied, beyond a shadow of a doubt, I just need black men to sit up there and know, don't sit up there and go asking for an apology. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. I'm pretty sure you can go through some relationships you didn't have with women and you know that you're 100% right and that woman was not going to admit that she was wrong. So again, just chalk it up. House of L's. Just chalk that directly up. But this dude is directly on facts. That's going to be the next thing that people are going to say. Oh, so what if she sat up there and faked it? The point is, look at how all the men were sitting up there talking. Look at all the things. Look at all the conversation. It's going to be that whole thing. Like I said, no accountability. There's going to be no accountability. And that's crazy to me. No accountability. But let me see if I can get that image. Ooh, I almost put up the wrong thing. That was going to be real messed up right there. Let me tell you. I might have got banned. Woo! Might have got banned. Let me just zoom in for you so you can just so happen to read this. It don't even matter what the guy below even said, right? We're just going to highlight this for Clark because he didn't get a chance to see it, right? This woman said, "Oh, boo-hoo. The bullet bags," meaning black men, "now has an opinion. Yes, I hate men, especially black men who don't protect black women." And she means that every black man out here needs to go out there and senselessly risk their life for any and every single black woman, even of the ones that they don't know, even of the ones that talk like for her. She would still, no matter what, this is what I'm trying to get you to understand, Clark, right? No matter how it is that she is talking and showing herself off online at this moment in time, she is being a whole complete ass. She would still expect for you to risk your life for her. It don't matter if she's calling you a bullet bag. It don't matter if she hates black men. She would still expect for you as a black man to sit up there and risk your every life, your every soul, every fiber of your being to sit up there and protect her. That's 1,000% ridiculous. 1,000% ridiculous. But like I said, no type of accountability directly out here. No type of accountability directly out here. Right? And then she said, this isn't a chicken or the egg situation. Right? This comes directly from the treatment and historical abuse from black men. Right? Now, as I've stated before, let me just make myself clear. There are instances up there where you have a minority group of black men who commit crimes and who do very heinous things. I've covered those things here as well. I've covered them. Doesn't matter if it happened to a child. Doesn't matter if it happened to an elder. Don't matter if it happened within the community. Doesn't matter if it happened to somebody that might have been like married or engaged, boyfriend or girlfriend. No matter what it is, I more than likely have a story that is touched on that thing. But the funniest thing is, a woman like her, if she wants to talk historical and she wants to talk facts, there's only one group out here that has the record for showcasing a lot of these things. There's only one group out here that literally had black women as a side chick, literally, during slavery. All documented and everything. They would have full-fledged families and homes with their own women, and then the side chick would sit up there and be living directly on the field, raising the biracial kids. But like I said, no, she ain't trying to do a think piece on that one though. She's not trying to highlight that thing though. But magically, because somebody randomly said a black man did this, oh, it's up for grabs. We got to sit up there and believe it. We got to believe it because black men have always been the villain, right? And like I said, and that's the narrative. You got to pay attention to it. Whenever anything comes up, black men are the number one go-to to be a villain. Every other man out here that's not black, they're all good. They ain't never do no wrong to nobody. They ain't never commit no crimes. They ain't out here doing nothing. Like I said, people got to pay attention. There's always a narrative. Always a narrative. Wait a minute, purses are not allowed at the Beyonce concert? Huh. I didn't know that. Didn't know that. And this is why I made sure to swap screens. This is why I made sure to swap screens. FDA is expected to approve a new. Oh, it's gonna be looking crazy. Let me see if I can update the teen out of jail and alleged. He's out of jail. This is crazy. That's crazy. This man saved thousands of tolls. Let me see what else we. See what else we got. We got Kurt Franklin up here talking. Y'all Olmec up here talking. Wait, what is this?
Out of here. We're gonna have some common sense here. We're not gonna.
I feel so attacked right now. I don't know what to do. Somebody please send help. I'm just so attacked. Help!
Nah, that can't be real.
Not pay your credit card down on the.
I gotta do stuff because things start automatically playing. Cop jailed for 1 year for stomping on a handcuffed man's face during an arrest. That's it? That's it? Let's see what we got here. I think that's it for IG at this moment in time. We're going to sit up there and switch it over to X, aka known as Twitter. We're going to see directly what we got up here. Get rid of this story directly in the front. But anyways, how you guys doing? How's everything going? Y'all can let me know some stuff. Streamer catches some kangaroo hands. Leave those kangaroos alone. North of Mesa, Phoenix, Arizona experienced heavy rains and winds up to 120 through 160 kilometers per hour. Woo! That's crazy. That is crazy. Oh, that's what I meant to mention to y'all. Hold on. Let me do I still got that story up there? Hold on. I can put that up there for y'all. Let me just let y'all know. First do Commerce Banks. Breaking news: Hunter Biden indicted by special counsel on felony gun charges. Let me see. This is not the list that I was looking for. But basically, you got a lot of banks that are closing branches across the United States. I'm trying to get to the ones I just recently seen. Let me see. First Commerce, New Jackson Bank, part of a novel growth of strategy for today. Santander to close. Oh, that's off in Italy. Bank of America to close branch next year in Stamford. Yeah, I think that's the one I was. Is this the one I was looking for here? This one looks. Is this in the UK? Yeah, this one is in the UK. So they got about 1,500 branches that's going to be closing over there. Whew, this is looking bad. Man. This is looking real bad. Let me go over to see what y'all saying at this moment. Let me see. So let me get that one directly up there. She should expect to be disappointed. I'll just stick to fighting from brothers on some Montgomery-ish until I can tell the woman needs actual help from a male, especially black man. Let me see. We got WMD up in here. What is up? What is up? What is up? Because I'm trying to get you. I might just have to go to the first one because I had one up here actually before. I think I was supposed to mention that during the live stream from yesterday, but I forgot about it. It's going over so many things. So let me get this picture directly up here, get that downloaded, and load that up so you guys can see it. And get rid of that. What's the name directly up there? Get rid of that. All right, so this is where we are at this moment in time dealing with bank closures. Let me get that picture right there. Transform, full screen, we'll fit the screen. Yeah, so we're looking like right there. Right. So the article states, bank branches continue to shut their doors in droves across the United States. In recent days, several financial institutions have announced further closures as the rise in internet banking leads to dwindling foot traffic at banks. Quote, more customers choosing to bank with us online. Like many industries, our customers' preferences have changed, with more customers choosing to bank with us online. And that was stated by Santander's. And they also stated that, therefore, we are reimagining the customer and employee experience by simplifying our process of refining our branch footprint and increasing our investment in digital capabilities to align with the ever-evolving needs of our customers. In a similar vein, Wells Fargo stated that, quote, we continuously evaluate our branch network in light of changing customer needs, the increase in the use of digital banking and market factors. Now, the main thing that I want you guys to actually understand, the reason why there is an increase in online banking is not just because people decided to do this. For about 2.5 years, due to the pandemic, people were forced to do online banking. So that's where all of this came from. All of this was training. A lot of those things that took place for 2.5 years, that was all training, all gymnastics that they did to have all of us get used to just online banking instead of going directly in. Because guess what? If you want to go directly into the bank, you can actually get some things done, right? You can't really get things done or ask questions if you're talking to an ATM. They're going to do the exact same. This is why I gave you guys the image. Let me see if I can put this directly to the side here, right? And then let me see if I can find, cancel that. Almost put up a slideshow for no reason. let me put up the other image that I gave y'all before when it dealt with banking, and it was dealing with Australia and how it is that Australia was stating that they were going to pretty much get rid of the main banks that they have by 2024. Let me see. I gotta actually go back and get the picture. Like I said, all of this, yeah, they stated that Australia is supposed to be cashless by 2024. Let me just get this this photo for you guys real quick. Like I said, all of this that went through, this is why I keep, talking about what happened during the pandemic, because a lot of these things, it was training. It was setting people up so that mentally they'll just be at that place where there's not going to be any type of a fight or anything like that. Right? So let me just put that directly up there. Right? You see what it says? Australia to be completely cashless society by 2024, which means that they're going to be doing their banking. They're going to be using credit cards. They're going to be using debit cards. They might also use some other digital devices. It don't matter if it might be like might be a barcode, might be something that you put directly into the body, or something that's wearable, or even just ATMs. Like I said, there's a multitude of areas on how they're going to do this and implement this that does not require them to have a physical branch. This has to do with them being able to control your money. This has to do with them having control on how much money you can pull out, how much money you can have during the day, during the week. People got to understand, they're not doing this because all of a sudden people just magically woke up and they were like, yeah. We want a cashless society. Yeah. We want to just sit up there and do all of our banking online. No, you got a lot of people that want to sit up there and do things physically. You got a lot of people that want to have that human interaction. Right? You have a lot of people that might want to go to the bank and was like, yo, I want to just get my money directly from human hands. I want to see y'all get the money and count it out. Because y'all got to realize that those ATMs, they got money limits. And if that ATM reaches its money limit, it takes time for them to go through there and actually put more money directly into that ATM. And they can decide to sit up there and say, well, because of such and such is going on in the city, we feel that it would be unsafe for us to go put money into this ATM. Like I said, it'll cause chaos. They'll cause scarcity. Right? Like I said, everything has an effect. Everything has a beginning, a middle, and the end. Everything. Gail said, more confusion. What can you really do if your paycheck doesn't click? It ain't nothing you can do. I mean, the only thing at this moment in time, the only thing that you can pretty much at this moment in time, you can go to a branch, right? You can go to a branch to, get your money and cash it. But even within that, people still have problems. And I've covered stories on that where you've had black men go directly to these banks to go cash their checks. And lo and behold, they were like, oh, this is $500. This is you. Yeah, we think that this is fraudulent. We think something is suspicious. We're going to call the police. And then just to get arrested over their own check. You had other dudes sit up there and try to, cash like a check for like $1,000 or $2,000. And then the bank is looking at them like it's a fraudulent check. But then you had the actual boss roll up in there with the worker arguing with the bank. And almost even to the effect of him being there, that still technically wasn't enough. Like I said, the banks have way too much power over people's money. Just like the government has way too much power over people's lives. People got to pay attention to a lot of the things that's transpiring. That's why I keep telling people, it's like, yo, you gotta be watching a lot of this stuff. You got to be staying awake. Gail said, ain't nothing like a face-to-face. Yeah, that's bars. That's bars. But like I said, a lot of people, they're not going to understand that. Like a lot of a lot of the adults of now, it's like we know and understand certain things. It's like we're used to doing certain transactions. Like, a lot of the younger generation, they're not used to doing any they're about things being instant. They're about things being like a here and a now. If you got to talk to somebody face to face, that's an inconvenience. They ain't trying to do that, yada yada yada. Like I said, a lot of these things, it taught people that 2 to 3 years, it was a very great experiment. It was a very great run, and it showed how you can turn people that could actually have a social experience into like non-social people. So you already got like the youth out here. They're not really that social. Like when you look at them online and stuff, it's like, yeah, they look social. They ain't really social. They ain't really social. Like I said, they can barely even have like conversations without getting emotional, without getting into fights. They ain't really social. So anything that has to deal with like less of them having to be social to actually be out there, they're completely fine with it. Let all of this be full on like robots. They'll be fine. They wouldn't have no problem. They wouldn't have no problem. Like I told people before, the government and the powers that be, they will allow certain problems to persist so that, again, they cause a problem and they're going to give you a solution. So if we got a problem with customer services, if we got a problem with businesses not doing food the right way or orders or whatever it is, they got the solutions like, all right, we're going to start putting in robots. We're going to start doing everything by AI. We're going to start, making the Taco Bells and other restaurants look like stuff from out of like Judge Dredd and all this other type of stuff. Like I said, it's crazy. People don't understand. It's like you will be trained in order to believe and to move a certain type of way by the powers that be, but people don't want to sit up there and see it. People don't want to acknowledge it. People are just whatever. But like I said, once those ropes start getting a little bit too tight, people gonna start waking up. People start waking up. Gail said, if people don't know that freedom is illusion, I don't know what to tell them. Yeah. Like the only people that's realistically free, just to like be real, the people that's in South America that's like living off of like the land. They're just like, in a sense, doing things like the same way that they've been sitting up there doing it. They're going out there living off of the land and all. Those are people that's, in a sense, realistically free because they're not tied up. They don't got no debt. If you living off land, you don't got no debt. You living out of forest, jungle, whatever it is, you don't got no debt because you're not really a part of any type of system. You don't owe nobody nothing magically. Like I said, as soon as you're born on this plane of existence, you're naturally in debt. In some type of way, fashion, or form, there is a debt. And it's like people just don't see it. It's like it's crazy. Like I said, how many times do people get taxed continuously? Don't even make sense. The amount of taxing that is going on here. So some of the branches that they listed, right? They said bank branches that are closing in the United States in the coming weeks. Wells Fargo, this is in Virginia. 122 East Gray Street, Richmond, is closing November 1st. They're closing 4 branches. They're closing another branch, 3501 West Broad Street, Richmond, closing in mid-September. 8215 West Broad Street, Richmond, closing on October 28th. So they got 3 branches closing in Richmond. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They got 2 in November, and then the other 2, one is mid-September, other one is October 28th, and the last one is 2100 Ivy Road, Charlottesville, closing on November 1st. Pennsylvania, they got 1 branch closing. Airport Road, Allentown, no specific date for the closure. California, you got Redondo Beach, closing September 3rd. So actually that branch is already closed because it's the 14th right now. California got a lot of them boys closing. Hold on, wait. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They got 8 closing. So the ones closing in October, 116th Sunset Drive in San Ramon, 103 East Stetson Avenue in Hammett, 1565 East Highland, San Bernardino, 18 East Carrillo Street in Santa Barbara, 1071 El Camino Real in Redwood City, 303 North El Dorado, St. Stockton, 42,420 Washington Ave in Bermuda Dunes. That's a lot. That is a lot. Now we got Bank of America in California. These are the ones closing in October. They got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They got 7 closing. 7 Bank of America branches in California closing all in October. 2925 Scott Boulevard, Santa Clara, 200 Coltrane Plaza, October. Morgan Hill, 1275 Fell Street, San Francisco, 3491 McKee Road in San Jose, 1400 or Moronga Way in Moronga. I might have mispronounced that. Again, my condolences. 2049 Century Park East in Los Angeles. Next, we got City National Bank in California. All of these are closing in October. You got 50 Fremont Street, San Francisco, 800 Silverado Street. You got 1800 Century Park East in Los Angeles. You got 1100 Flynn Road in Camarillo. Then you got Chase in California. These are 3 branches that are closing all in October. 23,220 Hawthorne Boulevard in Torrance. You got 1 Hacker Way. They got a Hacker Way? That's weird. In Menlo Park. 150 West Foothill Boulevard in Aza. So we got First Citizens Bank in North Carolina. Shout out to Gail. We got 310 West. What is that? Catawba Avenue in Cornelius, closing on October 5th. Gail probably know what that is. I'm not directly from there. I know it's like a Native American thing. Mispronunciations. Again, my condolences. Santander in Pennsylvania at 4452 Oakhurst Boulevard. Right? In Susquehanna Township, which is closing in September 14th, which is actually today. So hopefully people are able to get their banking in before that closed up. That's crazy. That is a lot. That is crazy. That is crazy. Ooh, winner of a $2.4 billion Powerball lottery purchase their third home for $47 million. Ooh, that's wasted spending. But it ain't my money, so kudos to them. It's my life. What did Bon Jovi say? It's my life, and it's now or never. I'm going to live forever. It's how it is. It's how it is. But hopefully some of y'all out there, y'all be good. Hopefully some of y'all out there will be good. Like I said, it's crazy out here how, some of these things are transpiring and taking place. Next thing I just came across, you had the, where did that picture go? You got a story up here that says a UPS driver posted their $2,400 weekly paycheck to Reddit, and people flooded the comment section. They said a Redditor apparently earned $2,400 pre-tax for a week of work. Whoo, wait, let me just catch myself. That was a week? $2,400? UPS? Man, I need to learn how to drive real quick. That's crazy. So they said well-paid engineers and low-paid delivery drivers alike are marveling at the pay stub of the UPS driver. A Reddit user posted an apparent copy of the UPS paycheck on the site on Thursday, and it quickly went viral. For 49 hours of work, the UPS driver made $2,400 before taxes. Insider could not independently verify the paycheck, and the original poster didn't return a request for comment. Still, the pay appears to track with a recent pay bump that the drivers negotiated with UPS through the union. Somebody wrote, "I'm a UPS driver. I have nothing more than a high school diploma," and that's what the caption stated. How is this even possible? My union, my Teamsters. UPS reached a deal with the Teamsters union that saw an agreement for its full-time delivery drivers to receive a total compensation of 170K when including benefits, about 25K more than they made before the agreement. News of the raise sent shockwaves through some of the United States workforce, as some well-paid tech workers weren't sure if they should feel admiration or outrage. The revelation of one driver earning more than 2,400 before taxes for about a week of work sparked similar reaction from some Redditors. In the comments, fellow delivery drivers and colleagues, educated white collar professionals, compared their own salaries. They said that the UPS driver made more. Other commenters took the time to congratulate the driver and emphasized they they stated uh, was needed pay for transparency. One Redditor wrote that he made less than an aerospace engineer. An Amazon driver chimed in to complain that they were only paid 17 an hour to perform what they said was essentially the same job. The original poster replied to the comments explaining that they worked for UPS for 5 years as a driver and for 2 as a package handler before that. Despite the good paycheck, the driver goes home exhausted every night. Huh. Meanwhile, some users stated that they changed their stance on unions after reading how lucrative the union protected job is. Quote, I've been anti-union for a long time, but looking at that, you can now call me pro-union. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, if you actually got unions out here that are, doing what it is that they're supposed to be doing, and they're making the lives of the workers, better. They're helping to get them more pay for their jobs. Yeah, like I said, I'm all for unions, all for them. There was a point in time where I remember at Whole Foods they were trying to get there were like words of people trying to get like a whole union started and stuff like that, and they were trying to do everything in their power to make sure that people would not join in a union. I think some people might have got fired. I think a few people, if I remember during that time correctly, some people that were trying to do that, they ended up losing their jobs. Like I said, a lot of these corporations do not want unions to happen because now they're going to be held accountable. And now it's like, yo, you got a middleman here that's going to, make some things happen. And if you don't sit up there and do it, it's like, all right, everybody going on strike. They don't want that. A lot of these businesses and these corporations, they want the exclusive power over you, the worker. They don't want nobody else being able to, manage that, to have conversations, specifically with y'all and everything of that nature. Let me see this. You got Jonathan Majors that rolled up and broke up a fight in between two high school girls that were fighting. Oh, let me just highlight this. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see if I can get the zoom in there. I'll just highlight that main. Let me just try to get to the part where. All right, let me just try to get that part. All right. Screen share. Where did that go? Right. So this is what we're looking at here, right? TMZ obtains video of Jonathan Majors breaking up a fight between high school girls, right? These were the two girls that were innocents fighting, right? You can clearly see This was them. One girl was like on the floor. Jonathan Majors, I guess he was like walking by or whatever, and he came in and basically, try to stop the whole thing. But you see one of the girls still wanted to get her licks in. She still wanted to, sit up there and fight and whatnot, whatever. I'm like, yo, kudos to him. Because if you look back at the video, all of those other girls, and this is what I be talking about, like, your friends really ain't your friends. Like, you got a whole bunch of girls that were there, and they were just sitting up there watching. They were just sitting up there filming and giggling. Like, right? They was doing all of that. All of them girls there could have sat up there and broke up that fight, but that's not what they wanted to do. Like I said, a lot of these young girls don't even understand. Like, some of your own friends will sit up there and like sit by and watch you lose. They'll sit up there and watch you make a fool of yourself. Like, it's completely crazy. Like I said, people talking about some type of a sisterhood and all this other type of, obviously not, because ain't nothing getting passed down to like these girls here. Like I said, women always talking about how much they care. You got your daughters out here fighting. Daughters straight out here fighting. You got this dude who done went through everything in life, coming through to sit up there and try to like stop things from getting worse. Because we all know how things can end up inevitably going. Somebody can just end up losing their life off of the strict fact that somebody was like, oh, let me go get a lock. Let me go sit up there and like hit her head against the concrete and do all of this. Like I said, I've seen too many videos of girls fighting. And there was a whole bunch of girls there and women that could have potentially stopped it, but they opted not to do it. They just sat there and watched. Like I said, that's crazy to me. That is 1,000% crazy. See what else we got rolling through here on these X streets. Let's see what else we got here. Somebody said, oh my God, it totally doesn't look staged. That's crazy. That's 1,000% crazy. Like I said, you can't do nothing. Can't do nothing out here, let me tell you. When I talk to grown-ups, take my hat and my glasses off. Blood clots. J6 police. Oh, Drake is gonna fire whoever security is. He gonna fire them because shit no fan that got on stage. Yeah, I would have fired somebody right there. I would have did the same thing Michael Jackson did to what's the name on stage. Your job's gone. What you gonna do? I would have been singing on stage how you about to lose your job. You about to be working at McDonald's. That don't make no sense. How during a concert? Yeah, that's crazy. They said that Oprah was shocked. Hold on, let me get this picture. Hold on, let me put this picture directly up here. This don't make no sense. Let me show you something. This is how out of character rich people be. Let me look at this. Oprah said Oprah is sad, right? And she was shocked over the vitriol over the Maui fire donation backlash. Ma'am, you're a billionaire. Why do you need money from poor people? Why would I be sitting up there if like I told y'all before, I done did quite a few videos. I even got some shorts and different things up there dealing with like the Maui fire, right? I even did some live streams and we were sitting up there going in on some stuff, right? Why would I give money over to people who got billions of dollars? You have, to my knowledge, Oprah has land over there. Why would I give you my money when you got land? I don't even got land, son. Why am I giving you my money? You got billions upon billions of dollars. You done sat up there and built, didn't you build schools over there for girls in Africa? When the African country, couldn't they have done that? But you decided to do it though, right? Because you had the money. It was great press and all that other type of stuff, right? Good, kudos, right? You built that school. But Oprah, you got billions. What we talking here? What you talking about? You sad? What you talking about? You sad? You know what I was sad over? I was sad at the fact of when you wanted to push the whole narrative of black men bad, black men evil. That's what I was sad over. You're really shocked that you had backlash dealing with the donations? Why should everyday poor to middle class citizens give you money? You're a billionaire. Why? Why? You're basically a middleman. What, like, the people of Hawaii don't need a middleman, especially a rich one. They don't need you to handle their money to start up some type of man. Like I said, if people don't understand the games getting played out here, like I said, rich people know how to play these games. People mad at you, Oprah, because y'all are greedy. The Rock got millions, if not potentially close to billions of dollars. You got money as well. All of your celebrity friends, add all of y'all up together, y'all probably got some hundreds of billions of dollars. Y'all got the money. If y'all got money to buy up land and to steal land from people, y'all got the money to sit up there and fix some stuff and to invest. But y'all don't want to sit up there and do that, because y'all feel and y'all know that there's quote unquote no benefit in it for you. So you're not going to do it. So you're going to depend on everybody else to do it. That's crazy. %1,000% crazy. Figure out what they need. What is that, like chicken nuggets or something? Oh, those are the hamburgers. Huh. So that's how those are made. Huh. That's amazing. Oh, that was another video I was supposed to sit up there and show y'all too. They were sitting up there showing how they recycle milk. Wow, the color of that water. Where is that located? That's in Brazil? Wow. The water is a turquoise. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. That looks crazy. Luckily, we have the other screen directly on. Who is that? Young Miami. All right, let's just keep going.
All-nighter from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. in the studio, practice at 8, and then probably take a 2-3 hour nap at like 4 to 7, and then right back in the mix.
It's a night like that.
Let's see what else we.
Individual that could be considered as the descendant.
What did you find?
We did not see.
Oh yeah, I remember this video. They got a video of a Chinese scientist saying that they got DNA from Africa within theirs. Yesterday, over 8,000 illegals stormed the island after riding on boats. Yo, that looks crazy. Woo, that looks crazy. See what else we got up in these streets. I don't understand why they want to visit San Francisco. Let me see what. Yo, Titan, what is up? What is up? Say Oprah is always scum. Black Lightning said Oprah better ask the Rainbow Coalition, the Ukrainians and Asian Americans for money. Black Lightning said Joe Biden gave Ukrainians billions of dollars. I'm sure they have enough to spare. Yeah, that's bars. Like I said, like yo, that's another reason why I highlighted that before. I'm like, yo, you got the United States giving over hundreds of millions of dollars, and yo, y'all can't do nothing. Like that's crazy. Oh wait, is the let me go see something real quick. Because don't tell me it's official. Is it actually up? Hey, we in these streets. So just in case, for some of my gaming family that is in this chat right now, Mortal Kombat is up. If you got that pre-order, Mortal Kombat is up and running. Just gonna put that. Anybody playing? I gotta figure out if the Bluetooth is on this or not. It probably is. That didn't make no sense. But yeah, Mortal Kombat is up and running. If anybody is trying to play that, Black said I actually never played Mortal Kombat in my life, but I do enjoy watching others. Yo, man, you gotta. Wait, are you Black? You a gamer? I'm about to just like swap this well over. Yeah, because Mortal Kombat is up and running. Just in case. Yeah, man, you gotta get up in there. You gotta get back into that Mortal Kombat, man. Gotta get back in there. Like I said, beyond everything else, I am a gamer. I'm about that life. I'm fully about that life. We've been running for about like 2 hours and 30 minutes. I'm about to sit up there and take a break. About to sit up there and reheat some food and get on some Mortal Kombat. That's what's gonna happen. Tippy said all the wealthy people need to pay for that, especially The Rock. Lord, of course. Tippy's off for the Samoans, of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. Here, as soon as I start talking about the Samoans, here come Tippy. Tippy just show up out of the blue, like I started talking about the Usos. Black said, "You really think I'm finna get spammed by Sub-Zero Ice Technique? You know, it's just more than just you can't get past that. There's a lot of you can get past a lot of things. He said, you really think I'm finna get spam by some ice techniques? Tippy said, do a gaming stream, and Tippy said, read it again. I did read it. I did, Tippy. You clearly said that you find The Rock very attractive, but his ass is around the corner from being a billionaire. You said I never. First of all, no. Firstly, Tiffy, you be switching. You be like, yo, you never read my comments. You never acknowledge them. And now you went from that to sitting up there saying like, I halfway read your comments. Get out of here, Tiffy. You do this to me every single time. Every single time. I swear to goodness. Without fail, I swear I can read the comment. I can paraphrase. Just know that I acknowledge your presence, Tiffy. That's all you gotta know. Black said I never faced him, but looking at other players, they really milking Sub-Zero. Man, no, it's like you gotta feel the characters up there. Let me just turn this off. Knowledge. That's what was throwing me off. The screen reader was automatic. I'm like, yo, why sound like somebody in my house? Like, why it sound like somebody in my house right now? I'm like, we got some problems. Yep, it's gonna be time. It's gonna be time to go through that handy dandy tutorials and all of that shenanigans. It's gonna be time for that. But anyways, let's hold up. But yeah, let me let y'all go. I'm about to sit up here and just end the stream and go get me some handy dandy food though. So much love, respect, and appreciation for everybody and anybody that's been here throughout the whole duration of this 2 hour and 31 minute stream. But a brother about to go eat and we about to go play it. About to go do that. So peace, love, and hair grease, and I will catch you guys in the next live stream.